Uh, Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the East Veterans Elementary School Invoice Subcommittee. I think that's what we're called.
That is correct.
To order. And this meeting is being recorded, and the audio and video audio in accordance with the state open meeting law, consistent with the governor's orders, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. The meeting will be conducted by remote participation. The public may not physically attend this meeting, but every effort will be made to allow the public to view and listen to the meeting in real time and participate when necessary. And Brian, are you going to do the roll call or?
Sure. Well, I don't have the full list, but I'll just call the people that are here, and the other ones that aren't in the list, I know that aren't here. So Grant?
Yes.
Harris? Amy Pasquarello?
Here.
Kathy Clancy?
Here.
And Jonathan Pope?
Yes, here. Ben's here
And
now too.
Ben Lummis.
Hi.
He's here. Okay,
Okay.
that's it.
And
We have a
John is
quorum.
now a panelist.
Great.
Join us.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
So I think the next thing was the approval of the previous meeting minutes.
Okay, are there any corrections or omissions? Seeing none, I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of November, no,
October 13th.
October 13th as presented. And I so move.
Second.
Roll call for the vote.
Yep. Jonathan Pope,
Yes,
Kathleen Clancy,
Yes.
John Dunn,
Not here.
Grant Harris,
Yes.
Ben Loomis.
Yes.
Thank you.
and next order of business is, it passes unanimously. Next order of business is the approval of invoices. And we have a number of them. Do you want to present those, Brian?
Yeah, I'll present those. Let me share my screen here. Okay, can you see this now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we have 11 invoices for this month. You'll see them there on the screen, but I'll just walk you through what each of these invoices are. A lot of the technology invoices, these have been previously reviewed by Advance, the technology consultant, as well as Brendan Henry, with the city. And then we further verified those just with our accounts. So the first invoice, number one, for CDW for some keyboards and mice. That's the amount of $1,445.04. We have an invoice from Doran Whittier, number 55. That was for their architectural closeout services. Those have been ongoing for a few months now. $7,290. We had some flags that were ordered for the school. That invoice is invoice number INV 669784, $237.91. Then we have three invoices from Pro AV. We have invoice 43440 for $29,080.27. As you can see on there, that was for TVs, TV stands, cameras, cablings, and the like. We have invoice 44405. That was in the amount of $8,026.70. That was for Logitech equipment and install. The invoice number 43617, that was generated in error. So all of the invoices there's also a credit for the same amount. So they basically cancel each other out. So that's just to verify that that has been processed accordingly. Schneider Electric has an invoice for $7,065. That was for the lead energy credits that we purchased. Then we have an invoice from School Specialties for $810.08. So that is for the mats that are going in the gym. They come on a roll. So those were some additional items that were added to protect the gym floor. We have a Turner and Townsend Heary invoice for $30,000 for OPM services for last month. We have a WB Mason invoice for $4,800. Those were for chairs that were ordered. And we have a WT Rich invoice for $128,413.
What happened? Probably lost him.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I hope he didn't lose power.
Yeah, well, he was concerned about it.
Great, he's coming back.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, you back, Brian?
Yeah, was that just me that cut out?
Yep,
Yeah, it's
just
just you.
Okay. Sorry about that. So what did you last hear?
Go
Pardon me?
right to the last invoice.
With,
Yeah.
you would just listed off the WT Rich invoice.
Okay, that was the last one on the list. All right, so we have 11 invoices for $217,168. So
Yeah.
we are recommending these for approval.
Any questions?
Brian, this is not on here, but in terms of the cost related to the waistline, the first floor waistline, problems. Do we ever see those, or is that just dealt with between
That's-
Monty and
Yeah, you're not going to see that
Insurance.
as an invoice. That invoice was sent on to WT Rich. WT Rich reached out to the company to have them change the invoice into their name, and they will be paying that, and that'll come out of their funds.
so we won't, sorry, I missed that. So we won't see that.
That's correct. You will not
Okay.
see an invoice for that.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, that being said, I'll make a motion that we approve the 11 invoices as presented for a total of $217,168, and I so move.
Second.
All right.
Jonathan Pope,
Yes.
Kathleen Clancy,
Yes.
John Dunn,
Not here.
Grant Harris,
Yes.
Okay.
Ben
Thank you.
Loomis. Sorry, we didn't.
Yeah.
we'll still
Yes.
Amy Pascarella too.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think Amy and Matt.
Amy and Matt aren't technically on this subcommittee.
But we're happy to have them here.
With
Well,
I'm
I was
sure they
invited
want to
for
stay
this
informed.
thing.
But
I
as
don't
far
need
as-
My
Either,
neck
I
getting
keep
here for this
invited.
meeting.
all right, so let's be clear. Do we need these two hardworking folks in this meeting right now?
No,
Not for the invoice subcommittee meeting. No.
Okay,
Okay.
then they are free to go.
Thank
All right, keep you waiting around, Matt. Thank you, Amy.
but you were just interested in what was going on.
They're interested, but not.
Okay, so by the way, that passed unanimously with one absence. Is there any other business?
So that was really the only order of business that we had on here. I did want to bring up that we discussed having our next regularly scheduled SBC meeting in January. So I think we can keep that date. There's not a lot to update, but I can
Well-
provide an update on the stuff that's been happening since then.
What date was
It'll be the second Thursday in January.
The 11th.
That's a problem.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm in Pittsburgh.
1 second. Oh, Thursday of the 11th. Maybe that isn't. Yeah, that's we have a mediation that night. Basically Thursdays are taken out with mediation, except for the 25th.
What about February? Does that
Bet-
continue?
Ben, what time do you begin mediation?
Mediation starts at 4. I believe, 4. So, I mean, so we could certainly do it, but that's a school building committee, right? So it's
Right.
got to be in that.
And who's involved in the mediations besides you, Ben?
That's a good question.
Not-
Nobody else.
Okay.
I
Then
mean,
we could-
other people, but nobody else that crosses over on this.
Onto the building committee. So I don't think
Ben
we
is
need,
mediating with himself.
we don't,
That
we
happens a
don't
lot, actually, more than I want to admit.
we don't need
so-
to change
I
that.
think you could have the meeting then, right?
What,
We'll
on the
miss you
11th?
though. Terrible.
But you say on the
Appreciate that,
11th
Jonathan Pope.
or the 18th?
All right, so we are on for our regular meeting time then in January.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you are not. I will not
No?
be there. I am in Pittsburgh. I am at a wedding.
Oh,
Okay,
now,
So
unlike Ben, we can't do it without Grant.
yeah,
Um,
I have
We
to host
we
it.
could ask Maria to host.
If she wants to,
Oh.
if she's willing to host it, she can do it for that day. Yeah.
the other possibility is just to put it off until February. It's up to you. I mean, basically, I'll be providing an update on the things that happened since our last meeting, which,
Right.
it's a handful of things that we're getting taken care of. In January, actually, WT Rich has promised to have most of their financial things kind of squared away. So we will actually have a little bit more to report on the finances in February rather than January 1st. So would it be all right just to plan one for February instead of January?
The only question would be, will you have invoices that somebody wants moved along in January?
Thank you, Kathy. Yes, absolutely. We will still need the invoice subcommittee meeting. So
Okay,
we would still need someone to host that.
okay, but we don't have to do it. We changed the date on this one quite easily, because you only got 5 people technically.
Mhm.
So Grant, how long are you gone for?
I come back on the 17th. So I'm back on that Wednesday.
Or I could just not approve his time off and then he'd have to meet with me.
Oh, I'm still going. I already paid. I already paid for the trip.
See
yeah,
that, Kathy Clancy, see what I can deal with?
Insubordination.
Well, we could, Brian, would be better to do it before Grant leaves or after he gets back,
we can do
17th.
it on the 4th.
Let's see here.
Will we have the invoices?
Why don't we try to find a time Maria's available that week of the 11th? Given that the meeting is relatively straightforward and shorter. So we don't worry. Grant, you're leaving on that Thursday?
I'm leaving. Yeah, I fly out Thursday, but I'm in the beginning of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I am present.
Okay.
We could also just do it Wednesday, the 10th.
If you want to do the
No.
10th, that's perfect. I mean, for me,
I
my
I think
schedule
that's
looks
still
open.
it's still enough time with the invoices, and that way you won't have to have someone else handling grants already familiar with it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
maybe we'll do that. We'll do the invoice subcommittee meeting on January 10th, and then we'll do a full committee meeting on our regular time in February.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay,
So as long as you do that on the 10th at around 4 or 4:30, there's a school committee meeting that night.
Do you want to
Okay.
do it at 4?
4 o'clock sounds good for me.
Okay.
Yep.
I will set up the meeting.
Okay.
all set?
Yep.
Then do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. Jonathan Pope,
Yes,
Kathleen Clancy,
Yes.
John Dunn, Grant Harris,
Yes.
Ben Loomis.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Folks.
here we go. See you
Happy
later.
holidays.
Well, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays.
Yes.
I don't know what people are planning to stay here or travel, but if you are traveling, I hope you have safe travels. And I look forward to seeing you in January. I guess I didn't get to say that to Matt and Amy since they cut off. Maybe you can pass that along to them as well.
I sure will.
We'll do.
Same
All right.
same to all
Thank
of
you.
you.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone.
All right, take care, everyone.